Hey everybody, it's Dick here. I'm in the dead of winter in western New York visiting my motorcycles for the holidays. This is a 1963 Honda CA190 baby Benley, and I'm going to do a bit of a walk around and show you why I like this bike so much. This is an early Honda, and there was a great ad campaign selling these bikes up to, I think, a 500cc. There was definitely a 300 and some lower ones. There was a 110. This is a 90. There's a 90, a 110, 300 or 305, and then a 510, I think it was. They were called the Benley series. This is the baby Benley because it's one of the smallest. And the ad campaign was some well-dressed white folks on their Bentleys, and it says, "You meet the nicest people on a Honda." The features of this bike is what made me buy it. This kind of bloated square headlamp that's molded into the speedo, that's molded into the flat fork legs that come down to this kind of spring mechanism here. The hubs were beautiful. It has this sweep around kind of Indian style front fender. The classic Honda chrome sided tank that Yamaha tried to steal back in the day. This fat little exhaust can that goes on all the CB125s that you see. That sweeping fender at the back. What's hidden underneath this big fat seat that they want two people to ride in, this little 90cc, is the real jewel of the bike. If you take that away, you can see that this is a monarch frame. It's not a tubular frame, and the shape of that is just downright sexy. Look at that. Put a little pad or a little single seat there, and those sweeping lines is just beautiful. So a little bit about this particular model. I bought this in the dead of winter, literally on a New Year's Eve in a blizzard a couple years ago, down on the border of New York and Pennsylvania. They obviously lost the ignition, so they put a lawnmower ignition key barrel and key in there. It doesn't really work. One of the side panels for the battery side was missing. I managed to find that on eBay. The batteries are pretty hard to find. I managed to find one of those. This is a great front brake mechanism. It was about an hour before midnight, New Year's Eve. They had it running outside of their barn. It's literally a barn find. And I don't know why you need a twin for a 90cc, but there you go. Here's another one of those great exhausts that I like. These squared rear shocks. Don't get your fingers pinched in there, they hurt like hell. I did not notice in the winter, in the kind of dead of night, that they had used some silver paint to paint over all of the rust on the rims. Doesn't really matter based on the condition of the rest of the bike. I also didn't take it for a ride, as it was the middle of the night and it was icy and snowy. So even though it was running, I was quite satisfied that it was running. I didn't realize that once I popped it into first gear, the first time I tried to run it, the engine cut out. So there is an issue with the clutch and or the transmission that has yet to be resolved. This little engine just pumps away. You can't kill it. I have done nothing to store this bike properly because it hasn't been stored properly ever. Every year I come back, I put some gas in it, hook it up to some power, kick it over, first start, this thing will run. I'm not going to do it in the winter because I don't want to risk cracking anything. This bike is a testament to Honda's reliability and the fact that they are the wheels of the world. If you find one of these, go ahead and pick it up. Restored, thousands and thousands of dollars or pounds. This one I bought for $400 cash. People are getting a bit more savvy about bikes these days, so you might not get such a good deal if you think that's a deal. This is the Barnstormer, and I love it.